Alright, moving right along here. So you've got your figures colored in. Now we want to go through a lot of the same blending options that we did for the background. Okay. The good news is we've already got all of our tools preset, so we don't really have to mess with anything in the brush presets palette. So I want to go to my chalk blender that we created earlier, make a new layer, blend chalk figures. Okay, again, make sure you're on your new layer, and same principle. Remember, our opacity is 25. Use light colors over dark. Use dark colors over light to kind of sample or to kind of blend in our image. Again, you can change the opacity if you want to make it lighter. Feel free to do that. Okay, but we want to go through our image. And just kind of blend the colors. Okay, add an opaque or a transparent, either lighter or darker image over it, just like we did on the background. Okay, these are the same principles, just applied to a different part of the image. So you can see that's my end result, light over dark. And you can add shadows. Okay, on the guy's glasses, I added a lighter blue and then plain white. But you want to add that blending. Okay, and then once you have the blending, and you'll probably need to pause the video for a while you do this, we want to add the roughness to it. Okay, and we did that with the spatter brush. Okay, spatter rough, and again, we're picking probably colors you already have, and you should probably have a few more colors than I have. I'm doing this a little quicker just to get through the video. You want to make a new layer, figures rough, and again, the spatter brush is a very prominent effect, so you don't want to go crazy with it. Okay, but bolder colors don't necessarily have to go light over dark. You just want to use bold colors, and it's going to add some roughness to it. Okay, and I'm probably going a little overboard with mine just to show you the effect. Okay, but I'll hide the one I did, and then show you the one that I ended up with. And again, very prominent, maybe a little overboard, but you can judge yours and see how much you want to do. So after you're done with the spatter, make another new layer. Okay, we want to call this one rough 2. Okay, because this is our last one with our custom brushes. Remember, custom 1 and custom 2. Vary the size, vary the opacity. Okay, vary the color. And this is really going to add some texture to your image. Okay, and by making this on a new layer, if you don't like the effect, then you can just get rid of it. Okay, but you see kind of the effect it has. I'm going to get rid of the one I just did and show you what I ended up with is that layer combined. But so far in this video, again, you've used 3 brush types. Alright, you used the chalk blend. You went light over dark, dark over light, just blending in with low opacity. Then you went to spatter. Then you went to the custom brushes. Okay, and you should have paused each time and taken some time to go through yours. Alright, so we're almost done here. I'm going to go ahead and show my other layers. Alright, my background. And you see, no matter how many effects we put on and how many different brushes and how rough we got with the type of brush, it still looks very, very smooth. Okay, so no matter what kind of effects you put on a brush, if you're painting digitally, which we're doing here in Photoshop, it's going to be very smooth. So we're going to add a texture to it from another image to hopefully roughen it up a little bit. Alright, so you need to go to File, Open, and open painting.jpg. Okay, and we're right here, and you notice it's in grayscale, and that's fine. We can go from grayscale to RGB, and our image not lose color will be fine. Move tool. Very important here, you want to hold Shift, click and drag it over. Okay, change the opacity down to about 14%. Okay, somewhere in that neighborhood. Okay, and you see that it makes a nice effect. It makes the colors underneath darker, adds a little bit of roughness to it. Alright, now duplicate that layer. We want to drag it down to the new layer button. That's going to make a new layer and make the new layer active. Change the blending mode right here where it says normal. Change that to vivid light. Change the opacity. We're going to raise it up to about 35%. Okay, then copy it again. We're going to change it to soft light. And that's it. Okay. Again, going back to the very beginning, we painted our background. We changed some options with the brush. We added some highlights and I guess some lowlights, but either way we added color to the background. We traced our image. And you see when I hide the background, my guys are still there. Alright, we traced the image, then we filled in the figures with color. We painted, then we added the same effects with texture and roughness and spattering to that. Then we added a texture over top, changed the opacity so it looks a little rougher. And you should feel pretty accomplished with what you've done. So congratulations, you're finally done with the painting tutorial.